Why does modern life feel overwhelming, even though it was designed to make things easier? Why do convenience and comfort coexist with anxiety and exhaustion? And what if the tension isn't personal failure, but evolutionary mismatch? Human biology evolves slowly. Culture evolves rapidly. That gap is widening. For most of human history, survival depended on immediate threats, scarcity, predators, uncertainty. The nervous system adapted to detect danger quickly. Stress responses were short-lived and physical. A threat appeared, you reacted. It ended. But modern stress rarely ends. Deadlines replace predators. Social comparison replace tribal hierarchy. Notifications replace environmental cues. The body reacts the same way. Cortisol rises. Heart rate shifts. Attention narrows. Yet the threat is abstract. It lives in screens, in expectations, in invisible standards. This is the first mismatch. Our biology prepares for physical danger. Our environment delivers psychological pressure. The stress cycle rarely completes, and the nervous system remains activated. But stress is only one layer. Consider attention. For thousands of years, attention was a survival tool. You scanned for movement, for changes in sound, for signs of opportunity or threat. Novelty signaled importance. Now novelty is constant. Headlines refresh, feeds update, messages arrive unpredictably. The brain still treats novelty as valuable, but the volume has multiplied beyond anything our ancestors experienced. Attention becomes fragmented. Focus becomes effortful, not because concentration is unnatural, but because stimulation is amplified. This is another mismatch. Our reward systems evolved in environments of scarcity. Food was uncertain. Social approval was limited. Information was slow. Today, reward is abundant. Sugar is everywhere. Validation is quantified. Entertainment is endless. The brain does not distinguish between natural abundance and engineered abundance. It responds to cues. When rewards are frequent and immediate, tolerance shifts. Patience weakens. Delayed gratification feels unnatural. Yet long-term goals still require it. The tension grows. Then there is social structure. Humans evolved in small tribes, face-to-face interaction, clear roles, shared meaning. Modern life expands social exposure beyond natural limits. Hundreds of connections, thousands of comparisons. Social media compresses global achievement into a daily scroll. The brain interprets comparison as status evaluation. Status once determined survival within a tribe. Now it fluctuates with metrics. Followers, likes, views. The nervous system responds as if reputation is constantly at stake, but the tribe is infinite, and the comparison never ends. Another gap. Movement is also affected. Human bodies evolved for motion, walking long distances, lifting, climbing. Now work is sedentary. Screens dominate waking hours. The body remains still while the mind processes endless input. Energy builds without physical release. Restlessness increases. Sleep quality declines. The body is underused. The mind is overstimulated. This inversion is new. Even time perception has changed. Evolution trained humans for cyclical rhythms, sunrise and sunset, seasonal shifts, natural pauses. Modern life operates continuously. Artificial light extends productivity. Global markets never close. Communication crosses time zones instantly. There is no natural stopping cue. Without cues, boundaries blur. Work follows home, news follows sleep. Expectations remain active. The nervous system rarely powers down completely. Yet evolution has not caught up. Genetic change requires generations. Technology shifts in years. Culture transforms in months. The speed difference is profound. We carry ancient wiring into modern systems, and the systems are optimized for engagement, productivity, and growth, not necessarily for psychological balance. This does not mean modern life is hostile. It means it is misaligned. Convenience reduces physical strain. Medical advances extend lifespan. Information access expands knowledge, but the internal hardware remains largely the same. Anxiety is often framed as dysfunction, but in many cases it is an ancient alarm. responding to unfamiliar conditions. Distraction is labeled laziness, yet novelty-seeking once ensured survival. Overeating is criticized, yet calorie-dense food was once rare and precious. Behaviors that were adaptive in scarcity become maladaptive in abundance. The context changed. The wiring did not. So what does adaptation look like now? Not biological evolution, that is too slow, but conscious adjustment, creating artificial boundaries where none exist. Scheduled disconnection, defined work hours, intentional rest, reintroducing movement into static routines, choosing depth over constant novelty, limiting exposure to comparison triggers. These are not trends, they are compensations, designing environments that respect ancient wiring, because waiting for evolution to catch up is unrealistic. Instead, awareness becomes the bridge. Recognizing that discomfort may not be personal weakness, it may be a signal of mismatch. When focus feels difficult, consider the stimulation level around you. When anxiety rises, examine whether the threat is physical or abstract. When restlessness appears, ask whether the body has moved enough. Small adjustments compound. Silence without devices, meals without screens, conversations without metrics, moments that mirror slower environments. These recalibrate the nervous system. They do not reject modern life. They rebalance it. The deeper question is this: if our biology evolved for scarcity, how do we live wisely in abundance? If our brains evolved for tribes, how do we navigate global comparison? If our stress systems evolved for short bursts, how do we prevent constant activation? There are no simple answers. But there is awareness. Examine your daily friction points. Where does modern structure clash with natural rhythm? Where does speed override reflection? Where does abundance dilute satisfaction? Share what you notice, not as complaint, as observation, because understanding the mismatch changes the narrative. You are not broken. You are navigating an environment your nervous system did not design. And once you see that clearly, the goal shifts, not to evolve faster, but to live more intentionally within the limits evolution has given you.